And what have I got cameras on? That's not the right camera. How about that one? There we go. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Here we are again for another crazy Saturday.
Hello, behind Wazza.
Jerry's here as well, but he's shy. He doesn't want to show his face. It's probably because his girls in the background probably with no clothes on or something. Good idea. Let's not do that. It's just we're just mentioning that in retrospect to an article that was on the news circuit this week. Where is it? Live stream suggestions. Here we go. I'll bring it up on screen. Bring it over here. Throw it up here and make it bigger. Stream of despair. US live streamer threatens to kill himself in jail in Thailand for disturbing obscene video content. Looks like a bit of a creep anyway. But so a high-profile US live streamer threatened to kill himself after learning he faces 5 years in Thailand jail for streaming a scantily clad lap dance of his for his girlfriend in back. So he was doing the lap dance, not true. Okay. Paul Denion, better known as Ice Poseidon, to his followers. I've never watched his stream, so I don't know who he is. Was arrested by the Thai police after he reported live streaming himself, dressed half naked in a woman's lingerie, performing a lap dance for his sexy blonde girlfriend. And there's a bit of a picture there. The incident took place in Banyan Tree Hotel in South Sathon Road in Bangkok. The hotel's manager tried to kick out the US live streamer and his party for indecent behaviour when the police promptly arrived and arrested all of them while he was live streaming. Would have been get a lot of views for that. On learning he faces 5 years jail for distribution of obscene content, Denian said, if I get 5 years, I'm just going to kill myself. I will not be able to survive in a Thai jail. Yes. But you get a lot of money. You could probably get a special room. You pay enough money. The 28-year-old US live streamer made an official apology video. I'm not going to even play it, but it's all scripted. I'm being held in Thailand for actions that I've done a few nights ago at a Bangkok hotel. I wanted to make a video to apologise to the manager of the aggravated hotel and the Banyan Tree Hotel manager and the Banyan Tree Hotel for the actions I have done. I do not know the severity of the actions that I've caused. I was just trying to have fun. Yep, so there you go. Typical live streamer, just not caring about rules and conditions of where you are in a country. Well, there you go.
Diminished responsibility.
Yeah, not my problem. It's not my. These laws don't exist in America, so it doesn't apply to me. No, I'm sorry. You're in a different country. You are a guest here. Comply with the rules. But hey, this is the way it works.
Yeah, but remember, there's nothing like that going on in Thailand. He's the only one that did it that particular day. It did not happen anywhere else in the country.
Yeah, well, at least he was trying to say we were drunk, we were in a room, and it didn't understand the severity of what I'd done, and I'm sorry for that. Did not. I understand netizens cry. Yeah, the netizens cry hypocrisy over pointing out the scantily clad women cavorting in bars around Nana Plaza and Soy Cowboy areas, but the police made a point, adding that he and his friends were arrested for distribution of obscene content, not indecent exposure. A bit of a clarification there. Right, and but the guy's a bit of a dick anyway. Good on him. But yes, let's have a look at what everybody else sort of said about this. I need to get my small talk. If I could do that. Hello from very sunny Charm. Go, Robert and Mike Herbert. Hey, good to have you along. Groves is slowly heading north. I just spoke to mate David, and she's starting up there. What's that? What were we talking about?
Rain.
Rain. Oh, the rain. Okay, good.
Rain.
Rain. We had a spattering last night in Soy 7. Lasted 5 minutes. Chris Brand's there. G'day, Chris. Mark, that's what you get for not respecting where you are. Exactly, Mike. This is the thing. It happens all over the place. Hey. They soon find out that the laws do exist here, and if you do something that really aggravate people, then it's going to come down pretty hard on you. Right, and he was warned, he was asked to leave. and to stop doing what he was doing. Well, that would be the first indicator, surely. Come on, somebody who owns the hotel, please don't do this, or in Thai, sort of something like that, something similar. No, maybe you cannot. You've got to say, okay, a Thai person in the hotel of official state said no, but he keeps on going. That is just the umbrance of these idiots that are fucking on YouTube these days. But anyway.
Well, in that case, I give you credit that he was wrong.
Yeah. And this is the way. I'm trying to sort of get my head around the ecosystem now. Like it's just getting it's woeful what they're allowed to get away with. In other countries, and I'm not being prudish. Keep that stuff on OnlyFans. It's a platform for it. Put it on OnlyFans. But of course, if you put it on OnlyFans, you'd probably still be arrested for the same thing. But
I was going to say that. There's that video going around that the guy at the bar said, "Have you got an OnlyFans account?" To one of the girls. She said, No, I've got one air conditioner. That's Thailand. OnlyFans, like, keep that. And the other thing is, once it's on the internet, it's out there. You've got young women doing the OnlyFans stuff. It's going to come back and bite them hard. It is going to come back but diminish responsibility.
Yep, they don't care.
No care or show. It's like,
I don't know. When I grew up, I would get a clip over the ear hole if I did something wrong.
I don't turn the light off in your bedroom. I've got a clip on the ear hole.
Right? Yeah, that clip on the ear hole is only just minor infractions. If it was a major infraction with the blue thing with bristles, oh my God, that was a killer.
Mine was the belt.
A belt? No, she didn't like to leave lacerations on the skin. The blue thing with bristles, God, that packed a punch, but it was large, so it was a large area. He smacked. Oh my God. But kids don't grow up like that anymore. Can't put brains in monuments. Yes, I know. Naive.
I like that one.
Anyway, unfortunately, he will probably end up making money off the whole thing. Yeah. Why do we even make stupid people famous? Exactly, Mike. It is. We've been talking about the whole TikTok thing and the ecosystem of YouTube and in Instagram, and oh my God, it's a minefield now. The sort of shit people are now entertained with, right, is different now than it was 2 years ago. It's a completely different entertainment, and we're going to have to pivot. We've been talking about that too, haven't we, Jerry?
Yep.
Yeah, we have to pivot more to catch more, but I'm sticking to my guns. I fucking hate the advertising system, right? It's peace of mind, the fact that people who watch my videos, apart from TikTok, because I can't control TikTok or any of those other platforms, but at least I can control the videos on YouTube and Twitch and Kick. So that's where I'm going to be. I've always I got hit just in case.
Preemptive punishment.
Yes, I
know all about that, Robert.
That's from when I didn't catch you doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Oh God, the kids these days, they have it too easy. I have to start getting much more serious about learning Thai language. I have been slacking. We have been saying that for the last 24 hours too, haven't we, Todd?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
We'll go into the explanation of what's going on right now because people want to know. Okay. Just quick time out. Ben is home. He's in recovery. He's not showing much signs of progress, but he is. Like neuroplasticity. That's all you can do is neuroplasticity. Get his attention, get the brain working, knead the muscles, do all that sort of stuff. And Mum does that pretty well. I do a little bit from time to time just to give a break to, break the monotony, different face to look at. But yeah, he's doing all right. He's got 3 or 4 more operations, down ahead of him. But I did have peace of mind last night on the BTS when coming home. I did weigh a monk in the special monk seat in the BTS, and he nodded in acceptance, and I noticed this fucking massive fucking divot. I'm serious, no joke. I can't emphasize how deep this divot was in his skull. It was 3 inches in diameter. 3 inches, no joke. I could have measured that. It was at least, you know, and it was that deep. You know, well, maybe not that, maybe that deep. You know, so, and he's fully mobile, like fully aware. So it gave me a little bit of peace of mind that there is the possibility that with the right recovery process, he will recover. You know, because Ben's got a plate on. That guy didn't even have a plate. You know, 50 years ago, or 40 years ago, when his accident happened, I'm guessing, because he was quite senior. I'm guessing they didn't have, you know, the surgical steel plates to put in you know, randomly through anybody who fell off their motorcycle. You know, but anyway, moving right along. Okay, we'll get to officially we become grumpy old men. We're moving away from the grumpy old men. We're just going to be the anarchists.
The realists.
The realists. Well, it's the same thing, isn't it? It's now called anarchy. You know, you want to tell them the truth. That's it. You're anti-establishment. You're not going against you're going against the narrative that we're trying to create here. Well, there you go. Never mind, goes, life's too short to become grumpy. Exactly. Tommy J, g'day, good to have you along. And what else have we got? Yeah, so, okay, so what's been happening here? Let's hand it over to Todd now.
Well, I'm going to be transporting myself from one location to another in Thailand. It's something that is going to be an interesting assignment. I want to get into the flying a lot more and heading to Bang Chang. So not an easy process. I'm not a backpacker. I enjoy having a house and relaxing and everything like that. So I've got to get into the process of moving all my stuff to Bang Chang. And it's not just that, it's sort of getting the house set to finish off the lease, it's moving my internet, it's getting the motorbike down to Bang Chang, it's just everything. And I don't have a Thai partner. I'm open about that. And my Thai is okay, but when it comes to the intricacies of, okay, I need to be able to move my internet, speak to a removalist about all my gear, do they need pictures? Do I send pictures? Do they come and visit the property? It's going to be an adventure for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. I don't know, but yeah, because I've done work on the house and I was happy to do it. The owners of the place I'm in at the moment have been fantastic. So I did stuff with the outside and I'm happy to leave that. That was no issues. I knew that. I've got an air conditioner which is in the computer room here because Wazza's been in this room when it doesn't have an air conditioner, and I think we stayed in there for about 3 minutes trying to build my system and said, no, give up, we'll do it when the air conditioner is installed. So I've got all that to do. And if you have a Thai partner or someone around you that is fluent in Thai, I'm assuming it's a lot easier, but sort of only having a grasp of Thai and doing the non-tourist or I'm only here for a short time activities, it's going to be an adventure. It's the best thing I can say. So if I put questions out to the minions, please don't think I'm stupid, because for me there's no such thing as a dumb question, but it's going to be something that's was going to let everyone know about and probably document it.
We were going to go around and do a video of like a bachelor pad and this is what you pay for 14,000 baht a month.
Yeah.
It'll actually look better when we actually got the furniture out. We'll do the video then because it doesn't have your furniture in it. So this is what you would pay for 14,000. It looks a bit more realistic. We're about realism here, not trying to fake it. Anyway, change and move, forward mailing address. Well, you don't really need a mailing address. What mail comes to you?
No, well, the only thing that comes to me is the bill for my mobile phone, which I get electronic notification on that anyway. And I think that's about it. My Lazada stuff, I just got to change address.
Change address. Everything else is just change addresses in Lazada and a few other things.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh yeah, of course. How are you going to? That's right. You got to get a new certificate of residency, don't you?
Yeah, got to. That's. I mean,
But you
gotta go
you don't need to. But you nothing. You're going to change your bank account. How's that going to work?
Well, I've got to change my bank account, which means I've got to go into the bank and they'll need the copy of the lease of where I am. They'll need a TN30 to know that the actual owners of the residence know I live there. And I've got to say the couple that owns the small place that I've got down in Bang Chung, thank you to Mark and Nan for helping me out with that. Awesome. Nothing, I don't think will be an issue and everything like that. Again, it's people want to know, it's in a Muban. It is secure. The movement around Bang Chung it's not Bangkok, it's not Chiang Mai, it's not Phuket or Pattaya. It is country Thailand, and that's one of the reasons I've moved out this area near Wazza. Is it's not the capital city, but the thing is the airfield is closer in Bang Chung, and the frustrating thing, and I've been speaking to Wazza about it, is I've got an awesome CFI, Chief Flying Instructor Mark, and he's got access to so many different airframes, and he contacted me the other day and he said, catching up with a mate of mine tomorrow, we're going to fly an airframe you haven't flown. Do you want to come and give it a go? And I've had to say, mate, thank you for the offer. I'd love to, but I'm 3.5 hours away in Nakhon Pantong district, so it gives me the opportunity to get more flying in, and that's something I'm passionate about. So not that I'm going to miss out on getting, because the whole thing is it's still only a hop, skip and jump up to 7 to get to Bangkok. So yes, I will still be catching up with the boys the best I can and everything like that. I know it's a lot further than you, Mayor Graves, but as I say, all these things are an adventure, and I'm not letting my brain decay in retirement. That's the one thing that Wazza and I speak about all the time, and it's one of the things that I enjoy about gaming. You're always thinking, you're always getting the grey matter active. So while it's still active, yes, it's been mentioned in the stream already today, Father Time stops for no one. I want to keep doing things that are enjoyable for me. So plus, once I get recoiled and everything like that, I'll put the invitation out there that people that want to go flying. Like I said, the chief flying instructor and the owner of the business, Mark, awesome guy. He'll be more than happy to accommodate everyone. I know that. So, questions? Because we spoke about it earlier. When you come to Thailand, you've got what we call, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, the three. You've got the tourists, you got the long-term tourists, and you got the people that live here and make it their life to live here. To do things as a tourist, you're doing it for 1 or 2 weeks. The long-term tourist visa, I think, that's 3 months. You do it for 3 months. But if you're going to do it for a long term, doing it solo comes with completely different, I suppose, quandaries than if you're doing it with a Thai partner. I'm not going to just have a Thai partner to have a physical translator, hence why I did all the access to the Thai language and everything like that. But again, I'll put my hand up, I'm not a Thai language expert, so I'm sure little things are going to come up and I'm going to put my hand up and say, hey, I need help. But if you put yourself out there and try new experiences, it's for your own personal betterment. It doesn't sort of hurt anyone else to go and explore. And Wazza, you've done that for years. You've been involved with Thailand for, 13, 14, 15 years now. So
Yep.
me, I'm 13, 14, 15 months. So I've got a lot of catching up to do.
Anyway, there is a map there. I've just plotted the route to
okay.
Bang Chung to the airport, so it gives you an idea. That's his commute when he wants to fly. What's it, 38 minutes?
Yeah, well, that's 38 minutes. But I mean, for me to go up there, I have time. The quickest I've done it is 24 minutes. Not that I was speeding or anything. But that part of the M7 is not overly populated.
Yeah.
I don't have access to your map, but the adventure I did last time I went there is where those grey lines are.
Round this way.
Yeah, I went the mountainous way to the east because you don't have to pay tolls, and I thought I'd do an adventure down to Bang Chung and go to the east. But that's where all the truck drivers go and all the heavy vehicles go because, I mean, I suppose they traverse that road 4 or 5 times a day. And they don't want to pay 4 or 5 times the toll to go down the M7.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pure economics. I don't know what their money-making availability is in driving the truck. But, yeah. So coming back through the mountainous area behind the back of Bang Chung took me twice as long as what it would on the M7 just due to traffic. But again, it's not that far to the airport, or the airfield. It's not really an airport, it's an airfield. So got to get my terminology right. Someone will point that out. So yeah, that's the area I came down through, the mountainous area there. It looks good for some bike rides. So
yeah, I'm just looking to see if we got any twisties we can go and play on.
Oh yeah.
There's something up. There's something here. Let's look at twisties, but it's only a short run.
That's all right.
Is it actually dirt or is it concrete? No, it looks like dirt. Doesn't look like we can take the Vulcans there.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, even coming down, I can't remember. I think it was the 36 or 35 mark. Correct me if I'm wrong. Even that had some twisties and turnies. It was 2 lanes, but it was an enjoyable drive. Except I was doing about 20 k's an hour because I got caught behind 2 trucks coming down into Bang Chung. But and it's an opportunity to see a different part of Thailand. So yeah, that's going to be my next adventure. So I'm going to try and involve Wazza as much as I can. So yeah, that's what's going to.
That's what's happening.
Again, I've got to I do have one guy, and shout out to him. I don't know whether Kun Mike looks at the videos. I haven't asked him. We've given him the
links. Yeah, he's a subscriber. Yeah.
Kun Mike's my Thai mate, and Wazza's Thai mate that does. Take us to and from places and everything like that. He has put his hand up previously and said if you need help with anything. So I might actually, after this stream, contact him and say, hey, Kun Mike.
Look, Andy's there. G'day, Andy. How you doing? Nice of you to drop in. Say hello. What 35 is coming at? What, that's 35 what? 35 temperature? We talking temperature there? Or 35 what?
No, was that the freeway?
Oh, that's the freeway. Okay, yeah, something that's travelling. Okay, so they're just in context. You know, there's always that delay of 30 seconds can get annoying a little bit.
Yeah. So what is this? The girls from Bum's Bar willing to help. They're always willing to help. Even the girls at the places that we visited last night always willing to help. But yeah.
Yeah, so Todd's going to leave this area, but yeah, we're going to get more bike riding in. Yeah, that's another thing you can do. You can ride from Bang Chung to the airport too. So currently you're driving.
Yeah, that you got to go the coast road. Unfortunately, bikes aren't allowed on the 7.
Yeah,
but I mean that's something I've got to explore. I haven't explored, and that's one thing that I sort of had a chat with Marky Mark when I was last down at Bang. He said, we can go do this, we can go do that, we can go do this, because it was awesome catching up with him. I said, mate, no, let's not do everything in 2 weeks. I want to be able to explore stuff.
But Mark doesn't do it every 2 weeks. He's only here for 4 weeks at a time or whatever, so he wants to cram it all in.
Well, I understand that side of it, but that was his choice. He wanted to go back to Australia. No, I'm only stirring, Mark. I'm only stirring.
He wants the dollars. He wants the dollars. The dollars speak.
Yeah, but the other side was I've spent time down at the beach area, the plaz down near Bang Chung, and yes, I wanted to escape the old Navy situation, stay away from the water, but I do miss being by the beach. That's you can't get that out of your system. Once you're a beach boy, you're always a beach boy. So.
Well, you're a bit closer to some water there. That's the only thing that we don't have here. Everything else we have here. The only thing we don't have is beach. But I did my beach days. In my teens. We were Hornsby. We went down to Bong-on Beach, Bungan Beach. That was our spot. Bong-on Beach. It's just all the Westies used to go there. But we'd be up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Get a 3 or 4 foot swell and do that. Yeah, but after doing that sort of through your teens and everything else, I'm just no longer. I doubt I could even get up on a longboard anymore, let alone a tri-fin.
Well, Kimbo still has my thruster back in Adelaide. I never got rid of my thruster. It was a custom-made triple fin by a guy called Andy Inkster, who was one of the big surfers back in the 80s. He had a shop down, and I grew up in South Australia, so you got Gore Beach, Port Elliot, Middleton, Victor Harbour, and then Rapid Bay around the other side. It does have some good waves. So he did a surfboard for me, and I am too heavy for it now. I tried it once when I was in my 30s at Bells Beach, when I was hanging around the Geelong area, and sank to my chest. So yes, you can still paddle out of the water, but not quick enough to paddle out when it was that big.
Yeah. Yep. Robert always loves the beach. That's why he loves Charm.
Yeah.
We knew that. There's plenty of water there. It's just not coming out of the sky.
Yeah. So that's going to be an adventure. So, but the main thing that's in the back of my head at the moment is, yes, I did install an air conditioner at this house because of the computer room. But if I don't have the air conditioner, I'm not turning the computer on because it gets like 45, 50 degrees in this room, and that's gonna blow the heat sinks out. So
no, the computer will actually shut down before that happens. But
I hope so.
No, we'll just keep it off. That's the thing, it's only going to take a day. Now I've talked to Chanya. Chanya's going to ask a couple of her friends as well.
Awesome.
They've got trucks, or got access to trucks. We just need a day because I was trying to organise ties to do something on a particular day. It's worse than herding cats. But let them deal with it. They're just 2,000 baht, do this. 2,000 baht, do that. 4,000 baht, get me down there. Done. Yeah. It's all done. Bar the shouting. It was surprisingly, our move here was surprisingly easy, but we didn't have anywhere near the distance to travel, so it was a number of little trips. But the relatives came out of the woodwork and got trucks and flatbeds and all sorts of shit and brought it around. Yeah. It worked really well.
Well, that's the other thing. I don't have a car yet, so that makes things in my head. I'm tripping over.
And I will drive your computer down. Okay. I will make sure it gets there in one piece. Don't worry, okay. I drove my computer to this house. Don't worry, my baby. Well, sorry, it goes with me.
Well, I was thinking, okay, what's the worst thing? Okay, I'm going to pull out the SSDs. If I pull out the SSDs,
nothing can go wrong, but that won't help.
No, even if anything else breaks, it's replaceable. It's the stuff you got on your SSDs that aren't replaceable. So I don't know. All this is going through my head. So we've spoken about my sleeping issues quite a few times. It's now at 95% peak at the moment. I think I got about 2 hours last night. I'm going, no, we'll get it done because my brain being trained, it's sort of like the what ifs. It's like playing a game of chess in my head, sort of constantly. What ifs, how do we solve that? Plan B, plan C, plan D. It's just the way my brain's wired. So,
are you thinking about making Charm rain right now, are you?
No, I'm just sending it to Robert Grove.
Oh, yeah, okay, just sending it down there. Okay, yeah, good on you. That's how it works, like, as far as I know. I'm as good as any other.
Apparently I'm a rain god or something. Every time I go somewhere, it bloody rains. So. And that's the other thing. I've been down a couple of times to that area, and I've been doing it in like 3 or 4 day sort of packages. But if it rains on two of those 4 days, and that's 2 days I'm sitting there going, okay, could have been flying. Yes, I can do the gaming, but we tried that last time, and I do have a laptop that can handle the games.
Yep.
But I've had to reprogram it. I can't get the dual screen. I've had to turn off the keypad and everything like that. And I can get by, but it's not the same as doing it.
Yes, yeah, I know. The gaming rig is a gaming rig. It becomes part of you. That's it.
Oh yeah.
And Cody still, comments about the desk I had made. This big curved, the big curved desk. I don't know if you can see that there.
Yeah.
Well, let me turn that on. Where's the fucking control on this thing? I can't even can't get to the controls. Yeah, it's a big curved desk, runs around, and yeah, it's not easy to see with the filter on. Sorry, but Cody wants one.
But I asked Cody like months ago, does he have a setup? But he uses his laptop, doesn't he? And then he's got a Steam Deck. That when he travels, he plays on like a big Nintendo Game Boy or something, like a big Nintendo Game Boy.
Oh, he's got his Stream Deck as well. Yeah. But yeah, what have you just turned into? Well, the usual shenanigans Saturday morning, Darlow. We're just waiting for the comedian to turn up. You're half an hour late, as always. Must be the times. This time of the day, I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, Todd, we've done the Todd planning the move, all the other stuff working around, What else have we got coming up? Yes, apart from the fact that, Jerry's obviously been on my case last night. We've got to get together and do more video stuff, And I've been just putting that on. I just said, it's one of those sort of things. You get to this point in being comfortable and, you weigh everything up in your life as the fun quotient. How much fun? Okay, so at home when I'm by myself on the computer doing gaming, I'm having a fun quotient of about 7.5. Whereas if I go into Nana, like last night, I had a fun factor of 7. But going for a bike ride might be a fun factor of 8.
Yeah.
But it's a fun factor of 8.5 when you ride with somebody. You get the idea. Everything's always this sliding scale, and you're just always trying to get the maximum fun. Now, of course, here's me thinking about trips into Bangkok. Okay, how can I make it fun? Okay, I could ride in, right? So we get a bit of ride footage, so I can make 2 videos of us. So we've got to ride in and out of Bangkok as well as a video. So you get 2 videos in one. And we've got to find interesting places. Now, I don't know the interesting places to go and visit. I've got plenty of blogs that I've seen over the time, but you hear these weird and wonderful things, like the aircraft graveyard just near Swanapum there. It's a public area. It's free to walk in, but from what I've heard, there's spruikers sitting out the front, nothing to do with the place, charging admission. Not that it's a big deal, but really, come on, it's just... Come, give me a break here. I just find that, I'll find something better to do. I just don't want to be inconvenienced by some arsehole wanting to tap you on the shoulder for some baht, when it's got none of their business, really. It's a principle more than anything else. It's not the money, it's just the principle of it's not your fucking aircraft. Fuck off. But yeah. Was that the wife's having a good time without me? Working on involved in a subcommittee working, but okay, fair enough. Okay, you got an excuse, right? There's that. But okay, things I've always wanted to do. I want to explore the canals. Check that because, not that I'm a big boat fan, but it's. We quite often make this reference to Thailand or Bangkok as being the Venice of the East. But I've yet to really see that exposed anywhere. How much clogging is there in Bangkok? You can get a map, but nobody's really sits there and explore them. Maybe pay a few bucks to some long-tail boat rider and just go and check everything out. Who knows? Little things like that, just something a bit outside the ordinary. We live here, and the example I always fall back to is like places we've been to together, me and Chanya, that is. She's taken me to places that she's never been to in Bangkok, and she's born in Bangkok, basically. So it's a big place to explore. So, we did find that warehouse with all that old stuff. We've got to get back. Got to get back and do that one. Just to get all the stuff in one place and see what, all the old memorabilia. Was called Venice of the East. I think it still is in sort of some circles, but yeah, it's always those references.
Well, the only time I see information on the Klongs is when they're trying to clean them up.
clean them up, yeah.
I mean, I did see one video that there's apparently like a Klong with longtail boats. Is it the northeast of Bangkok City? That is sort of like a ferry service from one area to the other. But when you try and, again, goes back to what I'm trying to do, when you try and do research online, and you know me, I'm into research, I need the information before I make a decision, it's very hard to find up-to-date information.
Yeah.
What's open, where do you catch it, where does it drop off, so you can plan your A and B and how to get from B to C so you can do your nets part. And it's so hard to find that information out.
Well, this is why I keep on getting back to the fact that these days, going forward, society has to coagulate into pockets, groups of like-minded people. And again, trying to sell the Discord thing, this is why we have the Discord channel, right? I might not be here all the time. I might be in a different channel, like we've got SEA Works, which is Trolls channel, or Trolls and all them. That's the younger gaming age group hang out there. And of course we've got Dark Horizons, which is Cody's friends from America. Might be over there hanging out playing a game over there, or they might be in sort of BOTM, which is where Jan hangs out. We've got a number of different. It's like different pubs. Just bring your own beer. But. I've been we've been flying with Jen now for 12 months, and I'm quite enjoying that. That's why it's really motivating me to get happening again and get working on the, making schedule, get some times to sit down and actually, focus on gaming. Because we did that Thursday night with Cody and Trolls. And you flew with us as well, yeah. And we had a great time, for 3 or 4 hours there. All the things that go wrong in Star Citizen.
Don't start me.
Don't start you. But the thing is,
I was going to say at least I didn't have elevator problems, but I did because I fell at the bottom of the elevator on your carrot.
Oh yes,
and was stuck there for 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, well we got you. That's all right. But the game is it's buggy, yes, but it's playable. And as I keep on saying to people, and we do say this on GenStream, is the fact that for $45, you actually get more game in this alpha than a lot of $45 titles that you get on Steam, right? And the game's not finished yet, right? And you don't have to pay anymore. Don't do what I did. Don't spend. I go, what's my? Yeah, I got a few ships. It's all right.
Yes.
Did I put a picture up? Where did I put my picture up? I put a picture up somewhere. Star Citizen, maybe Star Citizen folder. Is it there? There. Somebody was, we're talking about fleets. Maybe it was SEA Works. But yeah, I'm just trying to think outside the box. I should have these things prepared, shouldn't I? But I'm too slack for that. But anyway, yes, I got about $1,600 or $700 $700 US dollars worth of ships, which you don't have to buy. It's $45 to get in the game, okay? But you do. After 8 years of waiting and playing the different bug releases, and you do fall in love with the game, and it becomes part of you. But it's not so much that. It's not the game. It's the people. It's like it's more like real life in the fact that we all complain about the same shit.
Yeah.
But nobody complains about each other. It's not like, oh, he's black or he's yellow or he's white or, none of that shit. It's just the fact that, man, the fucking elevators don't work again. What happened? That's right. We did that pirate mission to go and take out the Comaray, right? So we came in, the Comaray started launching missiles at us, right? So Cody EVA'd into the Comaray for 2 kilometres. EVA is very slow, right? He got in, he disabled the Comaray. Then we had to get back in and get him out. So, I fast-tracked in as fast as I could in the Carrick. We did get him, like, I'm under fire, heavy fire. I'm running out of chaff to get rid of the, to avoid the missiles, right? And then the guns, the station guns start shooting us. It's just bedlam. Okay, he's on board. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Hit the boost, full throttle, get the fuck out of here. Anyway, they shot me in the arse. Right, okay, we're out of danger. Let's get back to station. They took out our quantum drive. We have 68, was it 68,000 kilometres?
That's a slow flight.
It would have taken like 6 hours. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to commit suicide and respawn back at Lawville. I'm going to get my other cargo ship, respawn back. This is not in the game, right? This is Star Citizen, right? This is not a game loop. This is not a mission. This is just us trying to get our loot back to where we can actually sell it, because we had a fair bit of loot. So that took an hour, just a bit over an hour to actually get everybody back in the station. But yeah, we didn't die, apart from my forced suicide. But yeah, that's what you get out of the game, and it's just the sort of shit that goes on. It's just, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I do like the other games too. I like Red Dead, and I'm still playing Red Dead, but I'm only bouncing it for dailies. I only play Red Dead if they're playing. It's a cycle. You just continue to play. Yeah. Now I just got to think, well, if I move the streaming sessions to nighttime and focus on nighttime, then that opens up more daytime for. Okay, it's 10 o'clock. Okay, Jerry, going to meet you at your house at 11. I'll be there at 11. We'll go somewhere, and I'll leave my stuff there.
Well,
or he can get on the back of the bike, and I take him too. Do I have to bring a second helmet?
In here, that's a deal. You're on video now.
Oh my God, he's clipped it.
Well, that does work for me as well, because I want to try flying during the day, and if we're streaming at night, that's fine. You can't go flying at night. Well, for me at this stage, no. So yeah.
So things will work out quite well, I think. It's starting to, in my own, what do you call this field, this auric field that surrounds you, it's starting to get blue again, okay?
Good.
Good. It's cool. People think I'm just fucking Fruit Loops sometimes, I'm sure.
Well, compared to most things that are occurring in the world, I think we're pretty sane, actually.
Yeah. Me and my imaginary friends.
I did put the link up there in regards to getting involved with Discord if you've never used it.
There you go. There's a thumbs up there, Jerry. Robert sort of said, loves your videos.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and the long-term residency, long-term visa. Yeah, the LTR. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't, okay, well, quickly, people don't know about not many people know about I'm sure that the people here do, but people who watch the stream afterwards don't know the LTR. So give us a bit of a rundown on the LTR.
Well, the LTR came out within the last year, and it's a 10-year resident visa. They don't even call it a retirement visa. They call it a resident visa, which is kind of a neat little twist.
Yeah.
There are 4 different type of people that can apply for it. Working, wealthy citizen, wealthy pensioner, and I forget what the 4th one is now. Everything is done online, although they now have 4 agents that they've approved to help you with the process. I don't think you need it if you've got the paperwork. But what is it? Very simply, it's a 10-year resident visa based on qualifications, which are not easy. I'll be very honest about that. Not everyone's going to qualify.
Yeah, it's 40,000 US, isn't it, a year?
80,000 US for 2 years in a row, plus 50,000 USD insurance, or 100,000 USD in a bank account for 1 year or more.
Yeah, so I don't have the 40,000 US. I have 40,000 a year, which is a lot less than 40,000 US. So
no, 80,000 US.
No, with 40,000 a year, I can show 40,000 a year, as income. But it's I have to set that up. It would take 2 years to set it up. But But I could only manage 40,000 AU, not 40,000 US.
Let me be clear here. It's 80,000
For 2 years.
No. Showing in 2 years. 80 and 80, 2 years in a row.
Oh, it's 80,000. Is it 80,000? I thought it was 40. No, 80.
Years in a row.
What US people make 80,000 a year?
I certainly don't.
Honestly, like my equivalent job in the US was barely paying 80,000 a year. You know?
Well, it's also it cannot come from salary. It has to come from dividends, stock, 401k, IRA, real estate, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So that's why hasn't been that popular.
Yeah, I just think the benchmark is way too high.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. If they really want people to come on that, they're going to have to do some lowering or some adjusting.
And Mayor Groves makes a point that it doesn't give you residency, it gives you the ability to reside in Thailand for that 10 years.
Yeah.
That's correct. However, if you're like us and you want to live here, and you want to make it as easy as possible.
Yeah.
And this, for me, not for everyone.
Yeah.
I get it. It's not going to be for everyone. They don't mind doing the yearly. But for people like myself who did not like doing the yearly, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
You don't have to have 800,000 in the bank anymore, sitting there doing nothing. And I already have the insurance because I want my own insurance here.
Yeah.
So it was just a matter of having the 80 grand for 2 years in a row. And then just for final clarity, in 5 years, we have to show again that we still have the income and the insurance.
Yeah.
That's it. So we have a 10-year now.
Yeah, Chris just said it sounded like a rework elite visa, but the elite visa specifically is a tourist visa, so they are quite dramatically different.
And
Right.
And I know, Jerry, you mentioned there's 4 categories. Like there's a retired, there's a working, there's a, I can't remember off the top. I did look into it, but I'm not in the league of it.
Yes, Katie got the elite visa recently, and it was at Chris. He's coming up for renewal within the next 12 months, but he's actually grandfathered in, so they're actually going to give him another 15 years for the additional $500,000 baht. So he's quite happy about that.
Well, I think the elite visa is fabulous if you don't have another way of, if you're younger, don't have another way of doing it.
Yeah.
But a lot more expensive. The 10-year with multiple reentry is only 50,000 baht.
Yeah.
Roughly the same as it costs to do a multiple reentry every year.
Yeah.
So, again, added benefit, peace of mind. Okay, real quickly, wealthy individual with at least 1 million USD in assets, and I think they have to invest $500,000 in property. Retiree or wealthy pensioner, aged 50 and over, 80,000 in income 2 years in a row, and insurance. Remote worker working for well-established companies overseas. That's the work from Thailand professional. And lastly, the highly skilled professional. Professionals are experts in targeted industries. Those are the 4. Wealthy global citizen, wealthy pensioner, work from Thailand professional, and highly skilled professional. And they all have different requirements, obviously.
Right. Yeah, so Chris was just asking, sort of, do they still have the elite visa? Yes, the elite visa is still there. But the clarification on Chris's situation, you can't go from a 5-year to, you have to buy the 20 once you finish the 5. That's the way the system works. But they offered him an upgrade of his existing 5 to a 20 for the change of a price, or for the difference. Yeah. So, he leverages an extra 50. So basically, he gets the 20-year visa, for the price he paid.
Right. He's getting an additional 15 years, so he's going out to 2038.
Yeah.
As of next year, I believe it is.
Yeah.
For someone like Cody, who's younger, it's beautiful. If you want to live here, if you enjoy it, the elite visa works very well. It's just coughing up a little bit more money.
Yeah, the LTR is run by the BOI and is not controlled by the immigration as such. Is
Correct.
It? Yeah. I'm not keen on sending my kids to an international school. Way too expensive. Well, that's a consideration. How old are your kids now anyway, Chris? But that'll be an interesting thing, you know, what sort of schools that they would have to be attending anyway. The only thing, of course, doing the Thai school, at least you're guaranteed a pass. It's all right, that'll get back and bite me now somewhere. Yes, daughter's 10 and the son is 6. Okay, so you got to, so that's basically another 10 years before you can retire. Is that in the plans? Warren can teach your kids. I'll teach you all the bad shit, don't worry.
At least they'll have a honest perspective.
That's right. You'll know the uncluttered, unfiltered version of the world.
Yeah.
Take off the blinkers. Take off the. Yeah. Look at the whole world. 48. So yeah, what's the only two years away from the potential? But yeah, I think you're too wound up in the fiscal system making money at the moment, aren't you, Chris? You know, with all those jerseys escaped as Susie, you must be rolling in it. I don't know. Got a bill from PopeKael University, $90,000 a year for our daughter. Well, in university prices, I suppose that's not bad at all, is it? When you think about it,
that's comparable.
Yeah. I don't know what's the university cost in Australia, because I didn't pay for them. My daughter did the loan system. I don't know.
I remember the last time I wanted to do, I think it was $3,500 per semester.
Okay.
But that's years ago, and that was with through defence education system. So I don't know, but that's what I can remember. I think it was 3,000 per semester, or just above 3,000.
Ready? We have a house there, ready to retire in one day. That's what I call a prepper.
Oh yeah.
He's a prep. Chris is a prepper. Has he got an underground? Has he got an underground basement too?
Flights over will be a problem, Chris. Are you going to fly with me?
That's right.
I'm reading a lot of the flight issues around Australia at the moment.
That's right. We'll total fly over and pick you up. Okay. Just bring a few gallons of fuel with you.
I'm not even close to that yet. Bloody hell.
Electrical engineering degree now is over 100,000 AUD. Right, okay. Yeah, it depends on which university course you're doing. Yeah, okay. So I've been out of that loop since my daughter was going through uni. So, but she started chemistry and she changed to psychology after the first year for some reason. I would have preferred her to continue with chemistry. She had the intelligence for it. And we could have had our meth lab running up the back, because that was around about
alternate motive.
Seriously, she was. It was around Breaking Bad days. Okay, come on, that was the top thing everybody was thinking about. What was his name? What was the
Sol?
No, not Sol. The Heisenberg, wasn't it? What was his name? Heisenberg or something like that? Yeah. I could see myself as a Heisenberg. Oh, no. She would the cook, I'd be the seller. I'd be the seller, she'd be the cook. But yeah. the weird thoughts you have when you're growing up. Yeah. Lucky mine came in with a license and complex package. Train driver's degree is quite inexpensive. There you go. What's the cost for a train driver's degree? Meth lab. There's great parenting. Exactly. Well, I've told this story. Before we close out, I've told this story. Right, I had to do the dad thing once in Sarah's schooling career. A note came home from the principal, right, with Sarah. She gave it to Mum, right, and then Mum came and approached me and she said, "We got this thing, truancy, right," and she said, "You deal with it." So Sarah down the lounge, sat beside her. "Sarah, if there's one thing in the world I've got to tell you, right, I don't know how to respond to this except one answer, one statement. Don't fucking get caught." She's looking at me and she's going to get the blue thing with bristles or something, or worse. I would probably take 1 day a week off school in the later years of my schooling, just because of the fact that I wanted to. I had a bike, I could go and do other shit. School? What's school? I was a high school dropout. But yeah, how many days did I wag? I never got caught. I explained it. The art of truancy is just don't get caught. What could you do? But yeah, that was the only parenting skill I gave my daughter, apart from the fact, think for yourself, Anyway, Walter White, yes, that's Walter White. Heisenberg, I'm pretty sure that was his nom de plume. Apparently it's now a 2-year course and costs the government over 120k per person for those 2 years, not including salary. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I can remember back to my apprenticeship days, But anyway, we are at the 1 hour mark. Well, we've had another good chat today.
Already.
Yep. I'm ready to go and jump into the verse. Apparently, we just did that. Apparently, yeah, cool. Sorry. For some reason, the Streamlabs app has a delay of about another 30 seconds on top of what you guys type for some reason. Anyway. Yeah, okay. Well, we're going to get out of here and go and swap over and do some gaming now, while Todd goes downstairs and charges batteries and gets things ready.
Yes. I'll do that. I've got to find the charger. I hope I haven't packed that yet. All right. I'll find the charger in case I need it.
Yeah, we haven't got a day yet, so it's a planning stage. Get things ready.
Well, I don't like procrastinating. That's the only evil I have is being retired. It's sort of like, okay, yeah, I don't really have to do it today. No, I want to get it done, so I've got to get my brain sort of angled towards, okay, don't procrastinate. Don't procrastinate.
Yep.
You can do it. You can do it.
Good. Okay, we're going to get out of here. Peace out. You can catch us on Kick or Twitch. Will be there next. So give me 10 minutes to reset, and we'll see you there.
Thanks, Mayor Groves.
Yep. Good to have you along. Our Saturday morning chit chat. And don't forget, we've always got our Discord here. You're always welcome to pop in anytime. Say hello.
Hang on, I'll do it again. There we go.
It's in the boxes all down the road.
No, well, I've just done it again. It's right down the bottom, so people don't.
That's the how-tos. Yes. The how-tos. Yeah. But I said I showed somebody yesterday the phone app. And they said I can't work the app out, and I said you just, seriously, I will do it just quickly. You go like that. You put your password in, you go to the app, there's the app there, and you go, look, just scroll down, that little button there, there we are, and we look for the room. There it is. Bang, join. That's simple. I'm pretty sure you can do it. A little bit more tricky on a computer, but the mobile phone makes it easy. It just doesn't have all the features. Anyway, we're going to get out of here, as I said. So closing screen. See you next week. Bye for now.
See ya.
Yeah, do we have a house? What's the house?